Today we're going to be revisiting Black Ops 4. So I've actually made this video before. In fact, if you guys have been watching the channel for a little while, then you would know I used to have a camera that was actually a bit better than the one that I use now. In fact, I would say it was a lot better. But basically, I recorded this video, and as soon as I finished recording this video, my phone screen literally just like fell off, which means, yeah, I can't use the phone anymore. Most phones nowadays are touchscreen, and it's kind of hard to, touch a screen that doesn't exist. I tried plugging the phone into my computer, I tried getting the video off of there, but it just seems like that video is forever gone. Well, it's not forever gone, it's just forever stuck on that phone, and I physically can't do anything to get the video off of there. So today we're gonna be recreating that video, and unfortunately it seems like this game is kinda dead right now. I'm trying to look for a Nuketown match, which you would think would be like the most popular playlist, and there's literally only like 6 people in here. Well, when in doubt, there's always Team Deathmatch, I guess. Let's hope that there's actually players in that playlist. Okay, we finally got into a match. Alright, so here we are, back on Black Ops 4. Man, I can't even tell you the last time. Well, I can tell you the last time that I played this game. It was when I tried to make that video. But outside of that failed video attempt, I can't tell you the last time that I got on here and just kind of grinded the game out for a day. And I've been missing this game quite a bit lately, so I think today might be that day. If I'm gonna be honest, in terms of multiplayer at least, this was like my least played Call of Duty. Now, granted, when it came to zombies, I played zombies a ton in this game, like literal hundreds of hours, but when it comes to multiplayer, not so much. This was when Call of Duty was trying to be not Call of Duty. You got way longer TTKs, you got the manual healing and the specialists, and I don't know, there's just something about this game. It feels more like Rainbow Six Siege than it does Call of Duty. I mean, it's cool. They were trying to switch up the formula. It was different, yeah, but I definitely don't ever want another game like this, if I'm gonna be honest. Call of Duty is at its best when it's being Call of Duty. Actually, Call of Duty also does pretty well when it's trying to be Titanfall. Say what you will, but I still adore Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare was a decent, first attempt at it, but Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, those games were actually phenomenal. Especially Infinite Warfare. It literally just took everything that Black Ops 3 did and refined it to such a perfect point. If the roles would have been switched and Infinite Warfare came out before Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare would not have gotten as much hate as it did. In fact, I think Black Ops 3 would have ended up being the more hated one. Granted, Black Ops 3 still had a phenomenal zombies mode, so if anything, I feel like that would have helped balance things out. Anyways, I just bring that up because if you remember, World War II was supposed to be the return to form, back to the boots on the ground stuff for Call of Duty. They were going back to World War II, literally going to the roots of Call of Duty, because Call of Duty started out as a World War II shooter for the first, 3 games, plus the spin-offs that came along with that. That one had a so-so reception, despite the fact that the game genuinely got so much better by the time that it got to the second half. Personally, I played and enjoyed World War II through the entirety of its life cycle, including that first half, which most people consider to be relatively weak. But despite that, I played through the first half of the game, genuinely enjoyed it, and then once we got to that second half and they started changing things up in the multiplayer and adding a bunch of fun stuff, I started to love the game just even more, and to this day, I still love that game a lot. But between the rough first half of the year for the multiplayer and the zombies just kind of being hit or miss for the most part, fans were really looking forward to that true return to form for Call of Duty with 2018. They were like, alright, it's gonna be a Black Ops game, it's gonna be great. And then the game came out and zombies was an absolute travesty. Well, zombies in terms of the quality of the maps wasn't an absolute travesty. For the most part, they were actually pretty good. We had 9 and Blood of the Dead and Voyage of Despair, and me personally, I love those maps. But in terms of the technical state of zombies, yeah, it was a little rough with all the blue screens and crashes. It was a little rough. And then Blackout, I know there was a lot of people that played it when it first came out, but as the year went on, it kind of fell off over time. And then multiplayer, honestly, I'm not even sure what the reception of multiplayer was. I wasn't really paying attention to multiplayer during this time. The only multiplayer COD content that I watched in Black Ops 4's lifecycle was actually Noisy Butters, because she was doing this series, which she still does it on all the Call of Duties that come out, where she goes and grinds for the mastery camos. She doesn't post too often, but I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, she'll drop a 20-minute to 1 hour long video where she's just grinding for camos. And I don't know, those are just those nice kind of videos where when you're doing your own thing or when you're just trying to chillax at night, just flip them on, because her videos are always really chill. But outside of that, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the COD community during that time. I was just kind of watching zombies YouTubers more than anything. I mean, as you can see here, I'm literally only a Prestige 1 over here in multiplayer. I didn't play multiplayer that much, and I kind of regret it. I wish I would have played it more, but let's open a reserve case. This was the last Call of Duty game to have supply drops, and Moonlight Cactus. This is gonna sound really bizarre, but I kind of miss supply drops. Need 2 more players. Why? 3 more players? Why is this game so dead? Whatever, I'll just go play zombies. Y'all remember how factions were supposed to be a thing in zombies? Whatever happened to any of that? I'll still never forget how excited I was for this map before launch, man. Having a full remaster of Mob of the Dead, that's just... Even to this day, playing it, it's so surreal to me. I don't care what anyone says, Black Ops 4 Zombies was amazing. Blood of the Dead, I love this map. Voyage of Despair, it's the Titanic. I love that map. 9, a great map. The whole community can agree on that. Classified was great. Dead of the Night was super underrated, and that's Treyarch's fault for not even, marketing the map. Ancient Evil was like the Origins type map for this game. It was absolutely phenomenal. Alpha Omega, it was fun. It didn't really feel like zombies though, and that was because it was developed by like an entirely different dev team. And then Tag der Toten, that was a really solid remake of Call of the Dead that I'm gonna admit in recent years I've played more than the original Call of the Dead. I mean, granted, Call of the Dead was also out for like an entire, 8 years before Tag der Toten came out, so I definitely have more playtime on Call of the Dead overall. But in recent years, since Tag der Toten released, if I need that Call of the Dead fix, more times than not, I'm coming to Tag der Toten. Don't get me wrong, I still do go back and play Call of the Dead quite a bit, but that's usually just so I can go back and experience, the classic map, get the nostalgia, so I can fight George, get the VR11, get the scavenger, go for high rounds in that classic training spot. But if I'm hopping on simply just to play and experience the map, yeah, I'll probably go with the Black Ops 4 version. I mean, there's reasons to go to either version, and that's the thing with Blood of the Dead as well. Like, there's still reasons to go back and play Mob of the Dead, even though Blood of the Dead exists, and vice versa. Like, there's reasons to play both of the maps. That's the thing with the Black Ops 4 remakes. They're not necessarily just like one-to-one remakes. They're like reimaginations of the map, really. Like, there's reasons to play both of them, and that's kind of why it hurts every time that I see people like comparing the maps and saying, oh, the Black Ops 4 versions were worse, or the Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 versions were better, or vice versa, because these weren't trying to be like one-to-one remakes like Zombie Chronicles was. These are just kind of like reimaginings or like retellings of the map or repurposings of the map. I look at it similarly to like the Resident Evil remakes. Like, there's reasons to go back and play the original Resident Evil 2 while there's still reasons to play the remake. Like, both of them are absolutely phenomenal games. They're just different takes on the same type of locations and game and story and stuff like that. Black Ops 4 feels great to play, like in terms of zombies and stuff like that. Like, it feels really good to play in terms of the engine. It just sucks that this HUD is so disgusting. Black Ops 3 had it down to a T. Like, how did they go from Black Ops 3, which was absolute perfection in terms of the HUD, to this? Like, this is just so unnecessary and so overbearing, and so I'm dead. Like, there had to be at least some of these things you could have like done differently or changed around. Like, you could have put the grenades by the ammo, and then you probably could have put the special, like, if you move the ammo next to the gun icon, put the grenades below that, put the specialist icon in the little circle where the ammo is now. That would have been perfect as is. You could have put the perks, you could have shrunk them down, put it right next to the health bar. And in terms of the elixirs, I mean, they're fine where they're at, I guess. If you just would have moved the perks and moved the other things I was talking about, it would have looked a lot better with just doing that. But then if they could have went ahead and also kind of like cleaned up the way that the actual like points in the little face icon looks for the character. I know there's people that literally go to school and get degrees for this kind of thing. I don't even have a degree in any of that stuff. I'm just some dude that makes videos on the internet, and I'm already doing your job 10 times better than you did. Another thing I love about Black Ops 4 is the weapon selection. The guns in this game were so good. They definitely weren't as good as like Black Ops 3's, I'd say, but I love how they went back and added like a bunch of the DLC weapons to the previous maps. Like in Black Ops 3, they never ended up doing that. Like the Razorback and the Marshals were on Zetsubo, but they didn't go on any of the previous maps, and they also really weren't on any of the maps after that. But in this game, you can get stuff like the Peacekeeper and the SWAT RFT just like straight out of the box. Man, and now that I'm sitting here playing it, I don't want to stop playing it. I genuinely love Black Ops 4 so much. Ever since it released, I don't know, I've always had some sort of love for this game. I can't explain it. It hits different. I love Black Ops 4. I remember the first thing I did when I downloaded Black Ops 4 was get on zombies, and I played Blood of the Dead immediately, and man, I've been in love with this game ever since. I know I say this a lot in videos when whenever I'm going back and like revisiting classic games, but I genuinely mean it. I will be playing this for the rest of the day, and probably into tomorrow, and probably for the rest of the week now. I'm just gonna go back through, I'm gonna binge all the zombies maps, I'm gonna try to hit at least like round 30 on all the zombies maps, just kind of chillax, play those, I'm gonna play the multiplayer a bit more, obviously, and I'm just gonna relive and enjoy this game. I do this with a lot of Call of Duties where I'll get on it and I'll play it for like a week straight, I'll go through, play all the zombies maps, play the multiplayer, play whatever else it has to offer. It's been at least a year, probably 2 since I've done that for Black Ops 4, so I'm actually really excited now. If you guys end up wanting more Black Ops 4 videos, definitely let me know, because I'd be more than happy to make more videos on this game while I revisit it, and if not, I mean, I'll still be doing it in my free time anyway. Brutus definitely got a buff in the Black Ops 4 version, I'll tell you that. This dude takes a beating compared to the OG. Brutus, please just sit down. Thank you. We got the Warden's Key now. A lot of the people dunk on the perk system in this game, but honestly, I really enjoyed it. It was a cool concept because there was also benefits you would receive to purchasing all the perks. Like, once you buy all the perks, you get like speed cola, and then if you pack a punch your gun the maximum amount of times, then you get double tap. Like, there was still ways to get the classic classic perks. You basically spawned in with Quick Revive and Jug just to a lesser extent because you have less lives in this game, which makes this game just inherently more challenging by default. And you also kind of spawned in with Jug. It was weird because in Black Ops 3, you could go down after like 6 or 7 hits, but then in Black Ops, in like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 or World of War, like any of the original games, you went down after 4 hits, and Black Ops 4 kind of went back to that, which again kind of added to the challenge. I don't know, this is one of those games where it's, it's really polarizing because they made a lot of changes, but at the same time, you can't expect them to just stay stagnant. Like, that's the beautiful thing about art and game development. Sometimes you just gotta take risks. Sometimes you gotta try to innovate. It won't always land with everybody, and that's okay. Would you rather have them innovate and try new things, or would you rather have them stay stagnant and release the same game 50 times over? You know what I mean? If they would have done that, we would still be in the same simplistic days of World of War, and we never would have gotten anything more complicated like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, or heck, even some of the stuff in Black Ops 1 and, any game after that. Innovation allows for more creativity and breathes new life into these games and, future projects and stuff, man. People just gotta be more grateful for what they get. But anyway, I think I've shelled out enough spicy takes for the day, so now I definitely want to hear from you guys down below. Do you guys love Black Ops 4 as much as I do? Do you think the game deserves more love? Are you thinking about revisiting after watching this video? Whatever it is, whatever you're thinking, I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out and thank you to all the patrons, thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and an even bigger shout out and thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Mellow Lasking and Big Daddy Matty, and the biggest shout out and thank you of all to all of you in the G tier, Ragnar Vengeance and Lil Chase Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.